Hey, what's up? Today I want to take a quick look at Xiaomi's new small 4K camera. I've just had it for a couple of days and this is my first impression. Let's go. The packaging of the camera is really small and inside you'll find a camera, a battery, a charging cable and instructions. The camera has a f2.8 145 degrees wide-angle lens that's pretty much a fisheye, and it's got several video and photo modes including time-lapse and countdown. It's got a 1450 mAh battery, and in this battery compartment you'll also find a micro SD slot. So this is the first shot I took right after unboxing it, an indoor shot. And I took it right out to the balcony to see what that did. So that looked really promising, so I hopped on the bike and I wanted to take a couple of shots of the skyline here. And you can see when we add a little bit of color in post, it actually looks really good. I've also shot a photo time-lapse here, so you can see what that looks like. And walking around with the camera is not too bad, but I think you can pretty much start to see that you're holding a smaller sized camera. It's got some image stabilization built in that will somewhat help stabilize certain motion, but there's only that much it can do. I did notice that when I was on the bike and there were these heavy shocks because of bad roads, the footage had a lot of motion blur and the stabilization starts to warp the image as those shocks are simply too much. But from the website of the camera, it looks very much like Xiaomi is actually going to release a special stabilizing gimbal for this camera, which would probably take care of that. But when the road and the lighting is good, you can see that the footage that I took here crossing the road is not too bad even without a gimbal, but I do think it would look a lot better with. The wide-angle lens is distorting the image pretty much like a fisheye, especially on subjects closer to the camera. And if you switch to 2.5K video mode, you can change the width of the image so it's less wide and less distorted. You can connect the camera using the Mi Home app, and here you can download the footage to your phone or tablet, and you can also watch a live view of the camera and set up all of its settings from within the app as well. For now, the interface of the camera and the app is completely in Chinese, so I've translated the menu of the camera and the app. It took me a minute to find out how to set up the color balance, so I've been shooting on every single one of them at night, and at night is also where this camera does not stand out. The image gets quite grainy and noisy when it starts getting darker. You can set up exposure compensation from -1 to +1 on the camera, but it's not really enough in really dark situations. I've tried it out in another scenario just to give it another shot, where it was dark but there were a lot of street lights and a lot of shops, and you could see that definitely helped getting a better picture. I think this is something that could be improved in a firmware update, as I'm currently running the very first release. Overall, I think it's a really cool camera, and in daylight it shoots pretty good footage. I'm a little bit disappointed in the night shots, but that is very much reflected in its price, as it's a very affordable camera. It just came out for 699 RMB, which is about $100 right now. People are always continuously talking about the GoPro killers, and I don't think that this is a GoPro killer, and I don't think it's ever been Xiaomi's intention to make a GoPro killer. I think they wanted to make a decent camera that shoots good 4K video for a very competitive price, and that's exactly what they did. It performs really good in situations where you have enough light, and I'm really looking forward to see what the image will look like if they release this gimbal for the camera, which I really expect they will. If any accessories will be released, I'm probably gonna do a video on those, and I might do another video after having the camera for a while, or when any significant software updates come out. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see y'all soon.